yet. So just say hello, hello, and let us know that you can see. Ah, thank you, Gaston. Ah, good to know. Good to know you can hear me. Thank you. Hello, hello.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. My name is Danielle Stein Fairhurst. I am a financial modelling specialist. I'm based here in Sydney, Australia. And I love running these sessions because it's my job, or I consider it to be my job, to bring to you sessions that are interesting to me and I think relevant for financial modelers. So I am very excited to welcome Wendy Wong here today. I've known Wendy for quite a while, and I'm really excited with what she does. She's amazing. She's a data scientist and AWS data hero. She's going to tell us all about AWS today. She's also a LinkedIn learning instructor, so you can have a look. I've actually just binged a few of her courses, so you can check those out as well. She's got a day job as well, and she works at Service New South Wales as a business performance analyst. And she also lectures, I assume this is like part-time, at various universities and institutions such as UTS, University of Sydney, and Kaplan. She trained over 200 management consultants at PwC Digital Academy. And what she is going to show us today is finance and insurance applications of generative AI on AWS and ChatGPT, which will help us with our productivity. So take it away, Wendy, and I'll let you share the screen when you're ready, or do your intro. So just yeah, that's it.
Unmute. Hi,
That's it.
everyone. Good evening and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So it's an honor and pleasure to be here. And thank you, Danielle, for inviting me. And thank you for hosting us at Plum Solutions and also for CPA Australia for being the sponsor this month as well. So it was really great to meet the Sydney community yesterday evening. Really excited to present a short demonstration, sort of workshop style tonight. But before I get started, I want to honor our host, Danielle, and I just want to give a few plugs on her book. So make sure that you purchase
Oh,
on Amazon, her
there they all
Easy
are
Excel,
behind
and
me.
make sure you have a look on Amazon or a good bookstore near you as well. And also we have another one, Financial Modeling in Excel. So make sure you grab your copy as well at a good
Dummies.
bookstore or online as well. So this will help broaden your Excel and also your data analytics skills. So I've actually attended one of Danielle's courses, so probably about 5 years ago on
Yeah.
dashboards, and I met Chandu. So really good workshops. If you can attend in person, I encourage you to do so. If not, online is also great. Danielle's a great trainer. So really pleased to be here. I will share my screen and feel free to ask questions from the audience. It's really great to meet you all, and I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay, and
Good.
hopefully you can see my slides.
Yes.
So tonight we're going to be talking about boosting productivity in finance and also in insurance. So I'm passionate about data from a finance perspective and also from a business perspective as well. And um, so just going to introduce myself as well. So a little bit about me. I love finance, I love writing, and also the tech side, so innovation and data science. So my passion for training and helping people in the data community, it all started at PwC when I was able to, work and help management consultants and help them upskill at the Digital Academy back in 2019. And now I'm very blessed to be able to, upskill and help people understand data and cloud in the AWS community. So tonight we're going to learn a little bit more about how we're going to apply finance and apply a little bit of generative AI from an accounting perspective, from a consulting perspective, and also insurance as well. How can we tell better stories? How can we analyze and extract insights as well from various document types and data types? How do we create visuals as well? How do we understand our data quality? How do we, produce a profile of our data? So when we're starting, we know that cleaning data takes quite some time, but we want to understand and get a visualization of what it looks like, how messy it is, and hopefully we can use a little bit of generative AI to help us clean, not 100%, but at least automate parts of it as well, or understand at least 50% to save us time and boost our productivity. And oops, just gonna click through. Oh, yeah, so we're at the intersection of business, innovation, and technology. But AI is a tool. It's not going to solve all of our problems, but I hope we can use it to humanize AI as well. It's not going to replace our jobs, but we still need experts like yourself, like accountants, financial controllers, to make decisions. But AI can help us to, build those skills as well, to automate and to be creative and innovate.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it? We feel as if AI is going to take over our jobs, but in fact, it can make us better at them.
Yeah, it can actually make us more productive as well. We need to think about business use cases. How can it save us time as well? I mean, we are still the experts. You are still the expert in understanding your data, in analyzing your data. But how do we use part of it? It's just a tool at the end of the day um, to make better decisions. So yeah, we're right in the heart of generative AI, and we have quite a few GPTs or large language models that has evolved since ChatGPT was released in December 2022. And we have GPT-4 that's retiring at the end of April. And you might have seen that, OpenAI have released ChatGPT 4.0, and I hope you've had a chance to explore that in the playground as well. So you can use it. I think there's like 4 free prompts, and then it resets every 4 hours as well. That's multimodal. So when we had a look at GPT 3.5, which was back in July 2024, it's now been retired and replaced by GPT 4.0 Mini. That was just only text-based. We can only ask questions, question answering, and it was just text. But then now with GPT 4.0, it can produce images, text, it can solve mathematical problems, computation, answer scientific questions as well, equations. And then also we have Claude Sonnet, so we have Anthropic. So the beauty of Claude 3.7 Sonnet is if we're working in education, a lot of different institutions around the world are using it to, produce course outlines, to create course materials, study guides, learning paths as well. So this is also multimodal. And so that's just been released in February, so it's fairly new. So hope you have a chance to also try it. And we're going to explore a little bit about prompting as well. So think about prompting and AI tools. It's like learning a different language. So you might be learning French, you might be learning Italian, whatever language, wherever you're traveling to this year in 2025. And there are a few techniques. So as you are speaking to a friend or to a colleague, we need to give enough context so we can communicate well. And so there's sort of like 3 main types of prompting techniques. We have large language models, but we need to give clear, specific instructions. And sometimes we need to give guidance on what sort of output we want to return, what sort of format. Is it markdown or text? So we have 3 major types of prompts. We have zero shot. If you haven't heard of zero shot before, that is sort of what people are talking about vibe coding. So vibe coding is where you just throw anything at the prompt, whatever is on your mind, and you just try, you iterate, trial and error. And then we have few shot is when you provide a few examples. You give the large language model, like ChatGPT, a few examples. So for example, if I'm producing a course outline, you can provide a course outline and say, I'd like to produce something similar to these objectives, for example. You can provide a few examples. And if you're producing a policy document as well, you can also use, frameworks from your organization and provide examples. And then we have chain of thought. So chain of thought is where the large language model reasons, where it starts to think critically, it starts to think, and you might provide a prompt and you want the prompt to explain a few things. So you might have heard of DeepSeek from China. So that is a type of prompting where it sets out and explains and provides step-by-step guidance. So if you want to ask a question, please explain, what a large language model is, and then it will explain, it will start thinking, and it will provide the problem, start thinking in a few steps, and it'll provide the solution step by step with guidance as well. And so there's quite a few tools available for you in the market to use. There's no right or wrong. But I encourage you to use whatever is available for you at your workplace, because your organization, it might be highly regulated, like banking and finance and insurance. So sometimes, and even in government, we know that we're regulated as well. So data privacy is really important, and we use the Microsoft suite. But there's also, if you're building a project, you can use something such as anything LLM. If you're not a coder and you don't have time to learn code, that's also fine. You can still explore large language models such as the smaller models, so GPT-4o mini, or you can also explore the large language models like Claude 3.7 that was released in February by Anthropic. And then you can try these three different techniques that I've just explained. So if you're thinking about something, you can just trial and error and design your prompt. But if you have a few specific examples or scenarios, you can use few shot example. You can also provide a persona. So you can say, I'm a persona of a teacher. I want to produce course outline. Please, produce some slides for me, for example. And if it's chain of thought, you can ask, like calculations, you can ask chain of thought. You can ask the prompt to solve a few problems for you or provide step-by-step guidance. So this is what chain of thought is. And so, yeah, I wanted to share with you, as an AWS Data Hero, we have a lot of things, a lot of products and services that have been released in our large conference in December. So I wanted to share with you what's coming out of America that we don't have yet in Sydney. So we have what's called an Amazon SageMaker AI platform, and that integrates the analytics and the AI and the governance on the one platform, and it's cloud-based as well. And so we're going to explore a little bit of Amazon SageMaker AI, how we can use and develop a generative AI use cases from a finance perspective, from a business perspective. And we're also going to have a look at different user interfaces. So when I do a short demo in Amazon SageMaker AI, there are three tools. So as an accountant or reporting analyst or business analyst, you might not be familiar with code as well, and that's also fine. Some of you might have some coding experience. So if you don't have any coding experience, we can use the Canvas user interface, which is fine, like a drag and drop. And then also, if you like to code in the R language, you might want to use RStudio as well, which is integrated into the Amazon SageMaker platform. And then also, if you're used to coding in Python language, for example, you might be familiar with Jupyter Notebooks, where you provide step-by-step guidance with code in Markdown, and it provides a solution. So there's three different options available for you within this platform. And so SageMaker AI helps you, it's a fully managed machine learning service. So if you need to make any predictions, linear, if you need to forecast, if you need to build machine learning models, it's all contained in the one service to make it easier for you, to democratize data for you. So I just wanted to show you what we're going to go through shortly. So with the Amazon SageMaker AI interface, because it's fairly new as well, we have some features that are not available in Sydney. So I'm going to be using the US region, but we have a few features available in Sydney as well. And so these are the three options available, the interface that I mentioned. You can use RStudio, Canvas, or the notebook. And then we're going to create a domain as well. So this is sort of the interface that we'll be exploring. And within Canvas, we also have like an AI assistant, which is called Amazon Q. So very similar to Microsoft Copilot as well. This allows you to build intelligence, and also you can ask questions of your document, and you can, speak to the AI and really perform the question answering. Particularly if you're analyzing data or documents as well. So you can upload your data sets over here. You can build machine learning models, and you can start asking questions, which we'll have a look at shortly. And I wanted to also take you through and help you understand RAG. So we've just looked at three different prompting techniques, three prompting design, which is zero shot, few shot, where you provide a few examples, and then chain of thought, where you want the large language model to explain the solution and provide you step-by-step guidance like DeepSeek. But we also have RAG, so that's retrieval-augmented generation. So this sort of takes your prompt to another level. And this is really useful whereby you can bring in your own enterprise data at work. You can connect to data connectors. So you might be using Salesforce or SAP or ServiceNow for your IT tickets. And by retrieval augmented generation, I'll explain the process shortly. You can bring in your own data, and this helps you to make your prompts more accurate. So this is what RAG is. So you might have explored RAG, or you might have heard people talking about it. So it's another prompt engineering technique, but it makes your prompt engineering, it's not accurate. I mean, it's not 100%, but it makes the responses for the large language model more accurate rather than, for example, few shot, for example, because you're linking the data to your databases to the knowledge bases at your workplace, such as your policy documents by PDF. You might be uploading photos, for example, in insurance, or you might be linking the large language model. You might be pointing to a website, to a URL as well. So, for example, if you're working for a travel agency, just say we wanted to build a chatbot, you can point the web search to, for example, like the Flight Center website. So just say you want to book travel as well. You want to develop a chatbot that points to external URL. So you can also do that and build your knowledge base. And then the step-by-step process with RAG, retrieval augmented generation, is where you start with the input, a prompt, and then you select your large language model. Could be Claude Sonnet 3.7, or it could be ChatGPT 4.0, for example. And then when you bring in your own enterprise data, the RAG process will augment your existing data, could augment the data from the database, from your documents, and then it will produce an output which is more accurate. So your output response will be more accurate rather than just prompt design with few shot, with zero shot, or chain of thought as well. Because that's another technique that you might want to explore at work or try with your personal projects. It just fine tunes, because the large language model, you're providing more context, more information, more background information with your own knowledge base. And then that keeps your data secure. So you might be wanting to bring in data from Salesforce, for example, from your organization. Are there any questions at this stage? Does anyone have any questions?
No, no, at this stage, there are not.
Okay, great. Yeah, and there's so many tools available for RAG. So you can use this process. Think of it, this is like agnostic. You could use Amazon, you can use ChatGPT, you can use OpenAI, you can use Anthropic. You can also use any other open source tool as well that's available to you. You can use Copilot, which we'll have a look shortly. And you can also use ChatGPT. This is one of the tools that I've been exploring recently, and this is like the high-level solution architecture. There's a program called Open Hands, and Open Hands is an open source platform. You can Google it, it's available on GitHub. And what happens is you need to install a few programs, and then Open Hands is you can install it within Docker. So Docker is a program where you might not be a coder, but the system will download all the programming code that you might need, and then the Docker will wrap it around a container. So it wraps around all your internal code so it's protected. But you don't need to know too much about that. But if you're a bit of a techie, it Dockerizes your programming code. And then you'll need to select, the large language model of your choice, like Claude or, ChatGPT 4o, for example. And here I've explored Claude 3.5 and or 3.7. So you choose the relevant API that you want to speak to retrieve your data. And then you need to specify particular tasks. What do I want to achieve today? So, for example, I want to create like a course outline. That is my task, for example. And then you can provide more context. It'll start speaking to you. The large language model, once you link it to API, and then you specify the task that you want to create. For example, I want to create a brochure or I want to create a website, wherever your task may be. And then it will start asking you questions. What else do you want to do? What's next? What's next? And this is an AI agent. So it develops a whole end-to-end workflow using AI agent. So this is what Open Hands is. This is something that I've been exploring over the last few weeks. It's probably high level, but I just wanted to show you. And it produces Python code. So if you're not a coder, what happens is this AI agent, it takes you through this step-by-step process. After you specify the task, provide context, it will keep on asking you as a user, what do you want to do next? And it will produce Python code in the background. And then you can also perform RAG. So you can upload your own internal documents, your policy documents or annual report. And then you can start chatting to this document, whatever it may be. Just say it's like the Commonwealth Bank annual report, for example, and you want to find out key figures, or if you want to upload, for example, customer survey data, and then you can start asking questions about that data as well as a financial controller or as an analyst. So there's so many tools available, and this is where we've just touched the iceberg, and there's a lot of opportunity for innovation. So when we provide context, you can provide either scenario or more background knowledge or business domain knowledge as well. That's the more context we give the large language model, the better it'll be able to understand our intent as well. So we keep on speaking and we keep on chatting, question and answering, to sort of understand what we want to achieve at the end of the day, and it will produce a workflow and Python files in the background. So now we're going to do a short demo as well, and we're going to be doing it live. So I'm going to be logging into the AWS website. So I'm just going to exit out of these slides for the moment, and I'm just going to minimize my screen. Okay, I think you can see my screen. I'm still sharing, so I'll just log
Yes,
into my account.
that's right.
And
Yeah, we can see that it's just a browser, and you just log in in the
yes, that's
yeah.
right. So
You
this is
don't
a
need
web
to download
browser.
anything because last night we were trying to connect your laptop to the screen and we had trouble doing that. And you were able to just jump into like completely foreign laptop
Yes.
and access absolutely everything. I was very impressed by that.
Yeah. Oops, sorry. I just need to log in again. Okay. And yeah, so everything is web browser based. So a lot of these open source tools and even the cloud, because the cloud is, we have tools in the cloud. We can log into any laptop as long as you have internet connection, which is great. I've got multi-factor authentication. So just going to authenticate my ID.
Mhm. We like MFA, definitely.
Yep, security.
Good.
And yeah, I just wanted to show you a quick demo as well because I like to explore different tools, like the different toys, things that are coming out from the US as well, which we don't have here sometimes. And it's really fresh from Las Vegas since December. And so
You were
we,
saying there was a big conference there in December, and that was when we were there for the Microsoft Excel World Championships, and I heard on a massive Amazon conference at the same time, and I didn't realize it was this.
oh, right. Where
Yeah,
was your conference? I would have bumped into you, I would have said, let's catch up.
you there? Were you there? You actually went there as
Yeah,
well. Oh my
I was
gosh,
there.
you're in.
Yep. It's a small world, yeah, but it's really amazing how the data community is really small, and that's why
Mm,
it's really fortunate for you to share your knowledge in the data community because you never know who you may bump into, and it's always great to see another Aussie as well.
yeah.
Yeah, so this is the Amazon the web page. It's the AWS Management Console. I wanted to show you the web UI as well. And we're going to be working from the US region. And the reason why I've selected the US East region is that I know that all the product features are available for us. And going to be exploring Amazon SageMaker, SageMaker AI. And this is just a platform that helps you to build and train your machine models. So you don't need to be a data scientist. You can bring in your own models, or you can just use a no-code environment as well, which we'll be exploring this evening. So Canvas. And we're going to have a look and see how we can get started. So with Amazon, if you're a first-time user, you've never used AWS before, you can open up an AWS account, and this will give you free credits for 12 months, and very similar to Microsoft as well. So if you use Azure, any cloud provider, you'll have 12 months of free credits, and you can explore different services. So with Amazon SageMaker, which I've just showed you before, we're going to be navigating through Canvas. And so if you were using this for the first time, you'll need to navigate to Canvas and then create your domain. And the domain includes all of the cloud computing resources as well, the compute that you need to train and build your machine learning models. So we're not going to click on create domain because it's going to take us a few minutes. But I've already created a domain already, and we're just going to click into this domain. And if you were to create a domain, it will just probably take like 5 minutes. And once we're here, what we can do is if I go back to domain, which we've already created, I'll just click into Canvas and we're going to launch our instance. So it'll create a default domain for you. And then all we need to do is just to initiate and open our canvas. And this will allow us to explore our generative AI use cases or build our machine learning models. It's just going to take a few seconds. And if you wanted to learn more about machine learning, you can also take my LinkedIn Learning course where I take you through Canvas as well. But this new platform that's just been introduced in December, it combines analytics and also the AI on the one platform. So this is a really user-friendly interface. You can see we've got Amazon Q, which is the AI assistant in AWS that allows you to chat with different services. So if you need to debug code, you can ask questions. It could also analyze, and as you're working through different services, you can always ask Q a question if you're not sure. So very similar to Copilot as well. And we also have a few tutorials over here. You can walk through some demos. You can try a few labs, which are free. And as I mentioned previously, you can also bring in your own data sets. You can upload your own data and then build machine learning models. And then tonight we're going to be exploring generative AI, a few use cases from a finance perspective, from an insurance perspective. You can also create your models here, or you can also use ready-to-use models. So we're actually going to explore some ready-to-use models. So if we don't need to reinvent the wheel sometimes. In business, we like to have a look to see what's available. If it's not available, then we will build something, we'll customize. So let's have a look at our ready-to-use models. And just wanted to show you what's available. So as an analyst, a reporting analyst or business analyst, I know in the past I've had to analyze and produce sentiment analysis for customer data. If you're working in the customer insights team and you're analyzing customer feedback in Excel, sentiment analysis is when we analyze the emotions of text, what the meaning of words, and classify it according to whether it's negative, neutral, or positive. You can make use of this ready-to-use model and just upload your text if you have some Excel customer feedback, and it will just classify all that text for you. And that's using generative AI. So it's powered by Amazon Comprehend, which is a natural language processing service. And then we'll also be exploring tonight document queries as well. So documents is really interesting. So I'm sure a lot of you extract data through SQL databases, but then now we also have no SQL databases. And no SQL is when we have data that's not structured. So sometimes you might need to analyze text. So text is in data, which is it doesn't have a schema. And if it doesn't have a schema, we still want to be able to ask questions. So this is where document queries becomes handy. And then also, as a financial accountant or financial controller or as a consultant like me in the past, I've had to travel a lot. So if you're traveling a lot and you need to put all your receipts at the end of the month and make an income expense claim, it's very laborious. But you can have a look at this expense analysis, which is available in the cloud, which we'll be exploring as well. And just say your payments department or your payroll, they want to analyze and extract certain features from your receipt and your invoices. We can do this with Amazon Text Extract. It's powered by AI and it looks at images as well. So it can extract your invoice number, your order number, the cost, the date of the transaction, for example. And then we also have other tools as well, other services. So depending on what your use case is, we can also have a look at languages. We can also analyze text as well and other policy documents and do some translation. So let's explore expense analysis and have a little bit of fun. So we might need to upload an invoice, and I'm going to upload an invoice, which I have already. And with the invoice, it needs to be an image file, so not a PDF. So probably most likely you've taken photos of your receipts or your invoices. Okay, so I've recently purchased cake from Blackstar, my favorite cake store. And you can see how quickly the AI, you've uploaded an image and it's extracted information. It's extracted the suburb, the GST, and the confidence is 100%. So it's really
That's
accurate.
amazing. It just picks up all
It just
the relevant pieces of information.
Yeah, it just extracts, like, this is called entity extraction, uses natural language processing and object detection as well. It can extract the invoice date and just key information as well. So, um, Amazon actually create features to help solve customers' problems. So it's extracted the invoice date, the city, the total cost of the cake, the time of the transaction, and the invoice number and the order number. So this might be, useful for you, and then it gives you line item details as well, because as a accountant, you need to do line entries as well. But there's certain use cases that you may use as well. So you can try this. You can do batch prediction. You can predict. So it's basically predicting those fields for you. You can make a single prediction, which is what we've just performed just now. You can see how quickly it is, how quickly it performs and makes those predictions, or you can perform batch prediction. And then also,
If it can't find or it can't sort of read one properly,
yes.
does it make it up? Or does it
Um,
know for
yeah,
sure?
oh, the accuracy, it will be like maybe like 80% or
Okay.
70%. Yeah,
So
it
you
will sort of guess. It will
that's
guess.
really scary,
Yeah.
when you
Like,
think, oh, is it sure? Are you sure?
yes.
Yeah, are you sure about that? Or are you just kind of making it up? Mm.
Because we didn't point out, so with AI, it's not 100%, as you know, it
Mm.
hallucinates and makes mistakes.
Yeah, we've got a question from Gaston. It says, when you said data extraction, do you mean a manual input or can you link this model with existing tools? For example, in expenses, we have tools like Concur, Ariba, etc. Can you link them?
I don't think so. Yeah, this is just like just to extract key features for you as a report as an individual.
Yeah, right.
But if you want to link to your enterprise system, you might need a solution architect to build that cloud solution internally, go through gateway and build, like, there is possibility, but this is like very low touch, high level, just generative AI use cases for individual. But something which is more complex, like Concur for your enterprise, that would be something that you might want to speak to AWS team and solution architects as well. But just to be able to recognize, it recognizes information. It's called like entity recognition. It will extract key features from key columns for you as well. But as you mentioned, Danielle, sometimes if it's not accurate, just say your image, the JPEG image or PNG is blurry, the accuracy might be 70% as well. Because sometimes just say we put our invoices and put it in our clothes and it goes through the washing and it's blurry or something happens there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just did it tonight with a something that arrived in the post. I know it doesn't happen very often. And I thought I just need to like send that to my accountant and did like the PDF thing of it. And yeah, it wasn't very clear. And yeah, I just wonder,
Yeah.
whether he's able to then just pull that through like that. Mm.
And you can read more about expense analysis in the AWS documentation and also explore what you can do. And also, we have a AWS Summit, which is coming up in June. Sure, you can speak to the AWS team and find out how is it possible to link Concur, speak to their solution architects to find out what you can do for your organization, specific use cases. And so now we're going to have a look at another case as well. There's like a lot of use cases. I just wanted to sort of build that creativity and that innovative thinking for you as well between like what's possible. We can also extract other information. So not always expenses, but it could be policy documents or people, organization, places, universities. It's just extracting. If we have a look at entity extraction, it can also predict information as well. So if you have a piece of text, if you have text that you just want to copy and paste, you can also try this. And then it can pick up, oh, this is a name of an organization, this is a university, for example. You can see this prediction. This is just a sample. And it was able to accurately predict 99%. This is a location, this is a date as well. Because in our world, we're going to be analyzing a lot of text because we want to produce better services for our customers. So a lot of our data is not numeric, but also text-based, so natural language processing. So I encourage you to explore and put a piece of text, even in like contact center, conversations with your clients, for example. But make sure that it's all the PII is removed, like bank account details, Medicare information, tax file numbers.
Which we've actually leads me to, we've got a very good question here from Mickey.
Yep.
What about privacy? Is the data stored on AWS servers?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
will the data, most importantly, will the data be included in their data learning models when they,
yes, great question. Yes, that was a good question that I answered yesterday.
yeah.
So yes, so we have this generative AI behind it is it's powered by the service Amazon Bedrock, and Amazon Bedrock is a generative AI service, and it feeds in all of the major AI services from the world, like Anthropic, all the top AI startups. And you can bring in your own data and it will not train your data. It will take a copy. It will take a copy of your data, your enterprise data, and then it will train using that Bedrock platform as well. So definitely it won't train on your enterprise data or data that you use in an organization. And also data privacy and protection, it's via the AWS shared responsibility model. So with the shared responsibility model, there's a lot of certifications, cloud certifications that ensures that your data is protected. But with the shared responsibility model, AWS have responsibility to manage the infrastructure, but then as a user, as a customer, you need to manage the PII. So you need to anonymize your data, ensure that you keep your data safe as well. And there's also permissions, who can access certain services. So it could be like data analysts on your team that work in a database. So you need to have a look at the permissions that you provide within your team. And that's also the same with Microsoft. So Microsoft Azure or Amazon, they also have what's called the cloud in the data center, where the data is stored in the cloud. There is a shared responsibility model for both users. But the training of generative AI models, it does not use or train based on your organization's data. It takes a copy and then it trains in the background. Good question. There's also another service which we won't be talking about, but if you with personally identifiable information, if you include text, it will also flag information like phone numbers and mobile numbers. So, for example, if you're working in a contact center and you need to analyze call transcripts, it will flag, oh, this is someone's mobile number or customer number, and it will point you in the right direction with the prediction so that you can remove that as well. And then we also have other services that will help you detect PII, but that's another service that you can explore. And I wanted to also show you this evening document queries. And so document queries is also similar to RAG as well. So if I upload that invoice that we just looked at, that Blackstar invoice, but this time using a PDF. So if I upload this invoice, so whatever document you want to upload, we can start using RAG. So RAG is when we can ask questions. So you might want to upload like an annual report. You might want to upload a policy document in insurance, for example. And then you can start asking questions like, what is the invoice date? So this is like really simple example. And it will generate prediction and it will give you a response as well. Obviously, this is a really simple example, but if you have other questions as well, so it can give you the date, 66% confidence. But this is RAG in the simplest form, where you can start using question and answering and asking more information about your document. So this is a really simple document, but imagine if you have like legal documents that you need to analyze from your organization. You can upload it because this Amazon Web Service, it's a secure environment with a shared responsibility model. You can start asking questions. And so we're also going to have a look at ChatGPT as well. We also have just taking you back to the slides as well. We're going to be exploring a insurance data set. So insurance is great because we have a lot of rich customer data like premiums, information, which we'll have a look at like different state, location, find out the customer profile of the customer. And you can explore data from Kaggle. So Kaggle is a platform. If you want to analyze your data, you want to find open source data. Kaggle is a great source to explore. You can also have a look at Google data set search to find more open source data sets as well. And so
Is that
let's have a look.
is Kaggle free or is it?
Yeah, it's free. And
Uh,
it's also used by data scientists for data science competitions. But if you
yeah, I
want,
was going to say, I thought they sponsor competitions, don't they?
yeah, they do. And it's now owned by Google, Kaggle.
Mm.
But you can find a lot of interesting data sets. So if you want to just explore, grab an open source data set. You don't need to use data from your organization and just play, just have fun with it. We can have a look at data.gov as well. There's so many open source data sets. And so let's explore our insurance data set. I'll just open ChatGPT and just going to open another tab as well. So a lot of times, data cleaning takes a lot of time. So, but we want to understand the quality. So sometimes the quality of our data is really messy, especially if people are doing a lot of data entry. And so going to log into my account and just want to show you what's possible as well. And let me just log in firstly. Oh, okay, I'm fine. So what we can do is with that insurance data set, we can use RAG. So we can upload a data set or another like a PDF file, whatever document you might want, so we can analyze. And you can see from ChatGPT, and if I just navigate to the data set, it's called auto insurance. Just select it and so this is what RAG is. So you provide your external knowledge base, can be data, can be policy document, can be PDF or image, and then you can start asking questions. So from this data set, if I've never dealt with this data set before, I don't understand it, I want to perform a correlation matrix just to have a look at the relationships. I can ask ChatGPT, for example, please produce a correlation matrix visualization. So I want to see which columns are highly correlated. And if they're highly correlated, I might not be able to use that to make predictions. And so I want ChatGPT just to help me understand the quality of my data and the relationship. So it's produced a table. And with correlation matrix, we know that anything between 0 and 1 helps us to identify. Oh, so this is yep, it's produced a table as well. You can see the columns in insurance, how interesting it is. We've got sales channels, we have vehicle type, class, we have the claim amount for insurance. We also have the location, the income of the individual. There's just a lot of data you can explore within insurance. So with that simple prompt, it's produced a visualization, and then you can also download it. So see if I can make it bigger. Let's expand it. And I love correlation matrix. So you can see between like monthly premium and income, there's not much correlations. There's no red, but we can see there's a lot of correlation between income and the claim amount as well in the blue. So we can see where it's higher, sorry, there is higher correlation in the darker colors, like income and claim amount, where it's blue, which is about 0.8, which is what we want. So anything which is highly correlated is closer to 1, and anything which is less correlated would be closer to 0. So we can see the number of complaints and also policies. It's not really related, so low correlation. But this gives us a quick visual just to help us understand our data and the data profile. So for example, I might want to ask another question as well. Just with that data, I can also ask to check if there's any missing values as well. Are there any missing values? And this just helps us with the data preparation in the data set. So RAG is really good in helping us to bring in our own data to sort of, instead of fine tuning, to make our prompts more accurate because we're bringing a knowledge base in. Okay, so it's just analyzing for a few moments, and it's using ChatGPT 4.0, and it's provided us with the information about the data. It's summarized, and it says there's no missing values. So this data is very clean. And also wanted to show you another tool on AWS. So yesterday evening, we had a few questions. So we know that a lot of people, cleaning data may take you a few days or a few hours as well. We want to shorten that experience as well. There's a lot of tools. So you might be using Power Query. Power Query is great within Power BI as well. But we also have another service which is called AWS Glue Data Brew. So you don't need to do any coding, and it can build a workflow for you. And I'll just show you quickly if I can. It looks very similar to Power Query because Power Query is also great. I use it as well, but I don't fully understand the DAX language. So if you don't have time to learn the DAX language, there's so many tools available. Firstly, if you log into AWS with your free account, you can create a project. And let's name our project demo insurance. Let's see if we can clean a data set. Just wanted to show you the interface as well, what's available, what's possible. And also, so we have this uploaded yesterday. So we'll create a project. We'll create a role and we'll select this existing role, the permission that we can use within the cloud, within AWS Glue Data Brew. This is the permission. And I'm trying to speed it up because we only have a few more minutes left as well. Um, but I wanted to show you the interface. So this looks really similar to Power Query, and you don't need to learn any coding language, no coding language at all. If you understand a little bit of statistics, and some people might ask, who might be using AWS Glue Data data engineers, teams that collaborate on data, data analysts, business analysts. And if you've ever used other tools like Alteryx or even Power Query, you're building a workflow. So if you have monthly reports where you have CSV files that you need to clean once a month, you can build a recipe, um, like a recipe, they call it recipe, and you can build in steps like we're going to merge this cell, we're going to check for missing values, we're going to impute missing values. For example, we're going to check for duplicates, and it produces an end-to-end workflow. So the end of the month, you
Yeah,
just
and then
upload that data.
yeah, it does sound really similar to Power Query, but it looks like it's maybe just a bit,
Visual.
yeah,
Yeah.
a bit easier to use, I think.
Yeah, it's drag and drop. We'll build a whole workflow, similar concept, but no need to learn any code, no DAX language as well.
Mm.
So this is like what they call the ETL, the extract, transform, and load. Um, I don't know, it's taking a while. So
Functionality.
this is what it looks like. So I've uploaded that insurance data set that we've just explored, and it will analyze column by column and tell you what data type it is, unique values, any duplicates. And then you can click on these tools and you can split, you can merge that data. If you have like merge Excel files, you can unmerge, you can pivot, and you can fill in the missing values, remove missing values. And then with all these steps, like, steps 1 to 14, you can build a workflow like Power Query. So that's just something else that I wanted to leave with you as well. And then, so we've explored ChatGPT, and I know that some of us might have some sensitive data, but make sure that any PAI is removed. But this is just for exploring innovative process as well. You might be able to help you clean a few parts of your data cleaning process. Might not solve everything 100%, but just to help you understand the data profile as well. So we've had a look at expense analysis. I hope you get to explore different use cases for your organization. We've also talked about document queries. You can upload PDFs, image files as well, and then start asking questions. And yeah, I just want you to help and, have a look and explore what you can achieve to boost your productivity in your organization and to build solutions with third-party models, and to be sure that it's not going to use your organization's data because it's secure in the cloud, but to have that confidence as well. And also give you the ability to customize your own machine learning models, even making like simple predictions or forecasting. So I want to leave with you. We have a AWS Summit in June. It's 2 days. It's free. You get free lunch. And also you get to learn and hear keynotes. So I encourage you to invite your colleagues, your friends to come along, and it's a learning conference. And also to speak to different teams and speak to the banking area or the finance area just to understand what is possible, how you can innovate in your organization.
Wow, they seem like they're really growing very quickly, AWS.
And Microsoft. So yeah, use whatever tool is available for you
Yeah,
in your.
direct competitors. And I think if you're in AWS, you'd use the Glue Data Brew. If you're in Microsoft environment, you would perhaps use Power Query.
Harry, yes.
We've just got a couple of comments. So Brennan says it looks similar to the cloud offering by Alteryx. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, I've used Alteryx as well. Yep. So it's like a workflow as well, very
Yeah.
similar. So
And I guess I would like to know if you can save and customize your queries for future. I assume he means Glue Data Brew. Oh, you can, right?
well,
You can.
yes, you can customize. Yes,
I
of
mean,
course.
that's the whole point of being, an
You
ETL.
save that workflow. So it's
Yeah, being
produce
able
it
to.
once, and you can add to it as well next time. Just say there's an extra step that you need to add. You can keep on adding and save it. Save what they call it a recipe. So it's
Yeah.
a living.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
So very similar concept to Alteryx as well. So whatever you have that's available in your organization, please use what's available in your organization.
Yes. Yeah, yep. And the files that you sent that you are using, do you want me, so can I make those available
Yeah,
to everybody
your
who
slides.
registered, or just the
Yeah,
part,
you
just the
can.
slides, everything?
Yeah, if you want the data set, which is fine, it's open source. Yeah,
Right. Okay, great. So if people want to try it out for
yeah, you
themselves,
can try it.
try to get the
Oh,
same
probably not
result.
the receipt. So, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, they can try their own receipts.
yeah, try your own receipt. But definitely encourage you to open up a free AWS account or open up a free Microsoft Azure account because it's you get 12 months of free credit as well for you to explore and innovate.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. I think we are just about to time, so we'll have to leave it there. But thank you so much, Wendy. That was fantastic. And yeah, the second time is always perfect. So thank you so much for doing it again.
Thanks, Daniel.
That was great. And thanks for everyone's participation who
Thanks,
joined
Kirsten. Thank you,
online.
everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Wendy. And yeah, we've actually got another one coming up in a couple of weeks with Jeff Robson. So I heard that he was coming to Sydney. So I managed to get him to talk about sort of not too different topic, what financial modelers need to know about AI. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I will send out an invitation to that as well. And yeah, hope to see you at that one, perhaps, Wendy. And yeah, see you all very soon.
See you all. Thank
Yep.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.